Wow, I'm really sorry about that, folks. I had no idea it was picking up a completely different mic and it wasn't one that you could hear. So that was fun. Oh well, I'm sorry about that, folks. I guess the first 15 minutes of stream is just going to be no commentary, but fuck. Well, whatever. I can't really do anything about it now. Let's see. You have 2 actions left. The weird thing is it was using my webcam, I think, microphone, because it couldn't detect my Yeti microphone at all. And my webcam mic has been turned off or shut down entirely for a very long time. So, okay, where's everything else? Ah, they're there. I was like, I can't go in here, so they gotta be here somewhere. Move him here first, and then Zealous. You can get across that bridge. Good, good, good. Good dodge. Good dodge. That's a lot more damage than I was expecting. And Splat. Okay, that's just a dick move to hear all that slime spell. Let's grab Secret or Chaser. Chaser's more likely to get up close and personal because of her AoE. Sorry about your farm. The Blinking Game. Vivkin receives a challenge from the past. Next thing you know, the homunculus has lost track of time, and he's all, oh nuts, I've got a book club to get to. Hold on these entrails for me. You're a lowly crust of beef. Dahlia, how goes it, you old clover-sniffing twig twitcher? Eh, fine, I guess. Anyways, wanted to find you, because look, any idea what this note means? Who blinks first? Who gave this to you? No one. Or, I mean, no one I saw. It was stuck to your door. Your name on it. Figured I'd bring it to you. A map, too. A map? Yes, a map. Here, you take it. It's not meant for me. And there he goes. I mean, honestly, neither of us can resist an adventure, can we? Really? You're making me bring two hunters? Okay. Well... more speed. The roar is tempting. Yeah, it's roar. Alright, Vic and Dahlia arrive. This lady used to pick on you? This VtuberEN? Let's deal with that. Well, I used to give as much as I got, to be honest. Not that I enjoyed it. Okay, what it was, we had this game we would play, challenge each other. A blinking game. Well, I'm sure you never took that too far, did you? What kind of rules did you have? What? There weren't any rules? Well, the whole point was about you'd put in a situation whoever blinks first loses. So that meant just going farther and farther until one of you backed down, right? Basically. So something happened. What was it? The last time it happened, I ended up winning, but something went wrong. I didn't mean for VtuberEN to get hurt so badly, and... Wait, this is horrifying. Well, yeah, it's the kind of thing keeps you up at night, sends you out for wine when you should be asleep. I haven't seen her or heard from her since that time. Dahlia? Are you serious right now? This is what I signed up for? So I'm Vivkin, my friend, and I decided abusing each other would be hilarious. Oh, oops, turns out it sucks to get randomly maimed for no reason. Oh, what's that? She wants revenge? Good luck to her. See what she does when I walk straight into her trap. Did I miss anything? How about the part where I didn't ask you to come with me? Dahlia's foot has pressed a concealed trigger. Removing it will likely spring a hidden trap. Any shift to weight, any movement might release it. Vivkin rushed to knock Dahlia from trap, taking her place. Go so long, I'll look for a way to disarm it. With all speed and strength he can muster, Vivkin charges, throws Dahlia clear. A bolt flies from a concealed mechanism in a nearby stump. It strikes him in the face. Vivkin! Just get ready. There's always one more wrinkle. Sure enough. Okay, I can handle that. Cool. Really? That's more like By nightfall, Vivkin's eyes patch. Fire gnaws on logs. He gazes into the flames. I wonder what I should do when my patch gets sweaty. I just did one more sweep of the area. Oh, you didn't believe me? You wouldn't have struck around. I know you said that, I'm just being sure. Right, good. Look, I don't know what comes next. VtuberEN and I, we had our own kind of honor, balance, so perhaps this was it. Seems like a big question to live with. I'm used to it. Things of consequences, you know? Things you do or don't do. Am I supposed to start taking you seriously now? Well, the ice patch definitely helps, right? Somehow? Not really. Together they watch the flames dance until the flames grow shy and shrink into the coals. Later they sleep. Neither will ever hear VtuberEN again. An incursion. you guys deal with this, then you can help with the incursion. Ah, this one. And once again, we tell them, don't go down with us. We'll deal with the fighting, you deal with the healing. But you... Just a little bit of fire. As bite to get rid of Spectre Step. That was a lot. I tried. Too far for the fire spread. Yeah, that's more likely to hit. That's one way to remove the blind, I suppose. Yes, please. Link mail is the one that'll lower our speed. Nope. Okay. Let us clear everybody. Whoever has increased labor speed. Done. Everybody's gonna join in. The full army. Yeah, might as well try. Alright, 2 more. I want you all the way over here. Nothing to interfuse, really? Okay. Oh no, that wasn't interfuse. That's interfuse. Okay, that doesn't help anymore. Of course not. God damn it! Wrong button. Nice long shot. Looks to me. Damage. God damn. DIIIIIIIE, please. It's me. Why are you already cowering? That's cheap. Come on. Why that wasn't considered flanking it. This will, though. Is that all of them? It is! Everybody gets experience! Upgrade Mothly Plus! Alright. Two more. Fine, wait for them to secure the site. Just for maximum bonuses at the end. And it gave Gore time to heal. Full speed. For Gore. Alright. Assault on Mythic Canyon. This will be the final fight of the chapter. Sunset, and no alert stirs Bond's Canyon. Vivkin and the others have chosen to come up with the neighboring valley. Much lighter traffic here, doesn't look patrolled. We're lucky then, sound spot to spend the night. There's a deep, rich, pleasant smell, can make a heart sad. After observing their position, I feel suddenly start camping tonight would be a mistake. Would drive invisibly fortify the entire length of the canyon, a methodical assault would be nearly certain to fail. And the longer they tarry, the likelier it is they'll be discovered. That's why Gore's argument eventually wins the others over. I think when the sun's all the way gone and before we can be sniffed out, we thrust blade-wise in their very heart. They duck moon shafts and fit their frames into shadows, clinging close to the rock wall when they can, stilling when their feet want to slip on gravel, rebalancing, moving with all possible carefulness. They have theories as to what they'll find, who their target is. None of these is new to me. Idli, the dragon of winter, whose scales and demeanor are ever shades of blue. Wisdom is easy for her as finding wind. 6 winds, and they shift color to match like clouds in the sky. But her wrath is so terrible, even I feel it. High Arc reminds me much of her. From the moment I hatched, I felt that. But your blood is in my veins, Swan. My blood, Drevsnax. My great order is descended from the beginning. Our whole purpose has been you. That's why I find myself seething to be kept in heart with scorn. It's means, of course, and I am pleased by you. Sure, dragon blood. But my Pyart finds you repellent for Pyartish reasons. They're good reasons. I can't claim otherwise. To me not. You sacrificed what wanted sacrifice in order for me to grow and prosper. That's the meaning of being my family. When she returns, I'll convince you of this. Like my sister, she is proud, wise, noble-hearted. The cunning mind can persuade their kind even by tricking and truthfulness out. Instead, we must free them, or they die for honor. I see you understand that responsibility. It's like a burden you were forced to bear. Dousing small lights when they can, Viv and Trimore lead the way up the canyon path, as a fairly prominent place where suppose the travel leader would be. Stealing forward past glimmering articles, his voice is like fire, soft and glowing on the face, subtle, grimily pleasant to hear, even when it's menacing. Unfortunately, too, his hearing is firelight. Revswek? He twists around, his scales spark with speed. Nothing outside this place exists anymore, not at this moment. It's been long since I blessed you, spectral sadness, killers of beauty. Was it not you who told me time approached, to not be found, but to announce myself? Let me be seen then. Let my flames be felt. So on, to see him move is to realize what dragon means. It was impossible to know before. It's unmistakable. A couple of things. Slay the dragon. Okay. First, blinding. I don't want to have to interfere. Nothing's really nearby to interfere. So there's a move forward. Immune to compulsion, mythic constitution, immune to all negative status effects. Wing beat, start of every turn, knocks adjacent one back. Crush moves through scenery. Dragon cannot be stunted against. Dragon tail. At an adjacent tail, knock the target back 3 tiles, and he has a cone field. Okay. So surround is going to be the name of the game. Fire Lash. Meteor. Here. Fox flight, so I don't need the speed. Oh, he's immune to poison! Right. Roaring his agony, the dragon rears high and with a sweep of his wings forces his attackers to brace or be blown down the steep dark hill. He's at the edge of his strength. Torchlights race up or towards them, at their backs, but the Drauven are not close enough to save their young king. Steven, my kindred, my descendant, you must stop them. Me? The humans shout Briandric words at his back. Do something, Vershal. I can't. I'm frail, you are strong. I'm fit best for teaching that I have no clue. Your name be known. That is good thing. I want. All your hard fights will be with me. I'm small, but I am not the for-all tutor. Go, Savant, climb high. Mr. Pyark will come for you. Dragon goes, dragon goes rain. And then Devon chants fierce words in the original speech. Earth trades places with sky and trees riot. They stand near the head of the canyon, watch as boulders fall from the heights. Fissures split, and a retreating dragon dodges behind dust clouds. 3 walls of rock tip and toss toward them. Devon, you'll kill every... It's all coming down. Run! Run now! As the light around him fades and the stone fall swallows him, Vishal gazes on the crumbling world and feels a sudden. Escape collapsing canyon. Driving our choking canyon. So we have to get all the way over there. Goody, goody, goody. I have full new turns. How? Enough. I don't know if it can even get out of that range. Alright, it's pinned. I officially don't care about its existence now. That's so much movement. We're losing it next turn. Because the wolf howl wears off. Damn. Damn! Almost refreshed it. Yeah, I can't get him close enough to kill anything. Oh well. I also have to deal with normal move speed for a bit. And out he goes. JJ using the mythic abilities to just barely dodge every cave-in. Bye-bye! To your right! Get to your right! Here, someone grab the... Come on, don't slow down. Oh, my lungs. Exhausted, but wary of Drowvin reprisal, they trudge all night on a night-figured line, knowing either to be lucky or lost by morning. Dawn light seeped among the highest folds of the hill blanketing forest when they stop. I think I have to put some weeds in a pot at some point and boil it. Yeah, my belly's a peach pit. I remember this gully, this place, from 2 days back. For how long's it been? Anyway, good. Good direction sent somebody. Let me find a rabbit, maybe, or hopefully some fat quail. Ark had only embarked the previous morning on an errand to check the silence of the scouts. Woken from their fern bed by the murmuring earth, she returned at once to the horrible crunching inside. Tavon, what's happened here? So many dead. You see, but you look like you were dead. How many were buried? Where's Bashar? Bashar was brought in dead. Dog snack. A band of humans snuck here, intent on stealing my head. They all made it out. Their retaliations. I warned him they would come. Drowvin vengeance, its codes and conclusions. Human vengeance is unhindered. Where'd he hide himself? I shall peel his scales up. You study mythical things as a pursuit of academic curiosity, right? You don't usually suppose you'll see them. Think we at least try searching for it? Search, yes. If we can find our dragon, then I don't know. Not that I'm sure we can kill it, or that we really should. Do our due diligence. Can't argue against that. There's no point, sister. Zavan is not just the Dreven I hope to find. All these realms. I knew them. Good and brave. Kulir, Tranya, Mulfs, Yarsa. More humans will come. I was beset suddenly with no chance to fight back. Coward, but even a coward can prop a spear upon her hip and point at the sky. Take me down the mountain. I'll heal, and then you'll see what dragon vengeance is like. Wind I have loved you. Never you carry me away when I needed to stay. I am a honed and hail warrior, the best of my 20-year clutch, and always found elsewhere when the battle's thickest. I must never fly again. That is what I'm late for. You've all paid for my sins. I'm sorry. The battle site looks no better than through rested eyes 2 days later. Flies mask, gossiping and driveling over buried witches. Aside from them are the rock jaws of the canyons fall silent. The family legacy goes back to the dragon killers. It's supposed to be ancient history, legend. The spark of language is given to Glindergast unto the brute human in primal days. She taught them speech and not to fear her. You'll be alright, Dahlia. Dragons may be the monarchs of mythic monsters, but people once fought them, slew them. Seems like a deed we'll have to repeat. It'll be a while before they reach the places they left, take up small, calm routines that have been nearly forgotten in the wild. When they fall asleep, they do so knowing a dragon is out there in the night, wishing them ill, healing, growing, and laying eggs. 5 years of peace to follow. Cool. During the years of peace, Jade wondered what had become of Adina, the unlucky cattle farmer. Farm fully repaired, new herd of cattle happy. Dahlia and her fire chicken found themselves unsuited to a life of farming, but ideally positioned to ease the burden of an aging blacksmith. Might storm soon. You get old, you know. Start to feel it in your joints. Yeah, I get that too. Vivkin disappeared for a few months after grumbling something about the two-faced skunk going in explanation. Upon his return, he seemed satisfied. The Heralds of Blazing Feather were invited to the annual fair. Realm Blind didn't make it on many maps. Dahlia and Yates fought a two-headed bear one morning. Then everyone started showing up, testing their skills and asking for advice. Spooky tried to take Vivkin shopping. A match set of years went by, filled with small activities that were easy to quit, and a study of books as old as binding. An odd set of years passed. Worth remembering, but only in the private way of all years. Ooh, right, Yake's got storm stuff. Yeah, go ahead and give him storm gaze. Another moth leg! Ooh, more speed. Another celestial leg. 33% chance to make it celestial. Cool. Alright. Richard, we need pumpkins. Get Will the Forest thing, please. Alright, let's give you something for your own. Okay, that'll do nicely. Dragons are oldest. Long before stone was ever stacked by meaning hands, in the undecided colors of cosmic dawn they stirred. From eggs in the earth, each in their season. There were 5 seasons then, so 5 dragons. The dragons shaped all the land. Mountain, hill, valley, coastline. At first they were merely a play, absent any design or intention. But as they matured, they began to carve the great care and purpose, and they made all animals and people were among these. So were travel. All things were more alike and felt closer in kinship earlier in those days. Long generations after, a dragon, Desmond, shared his story with Ewan. Ewan was the first human recorder of lore, and it's thought through retellings of the first text since lost that the legend survived. I don't know if it's true or yet another myth. The dragon was honest, if Ewan was real. Our story doesn't always come from its veracity. The thread chasing, the delving, has been wonderful. Picking up all this history, it ends with, there came a time when war was born between us, the first war. It's odd to imagine all the ages of the world before a war had happened. People painted of them. These images can articulate something of the impression dragons left, but only the impression. Truth filtered forth through form and imagination, brush and the painter's vocabulary. I guess you want to see something in the art. You want to locate something specific and helpful, but I don't know if it's there. Hear more? He's finishing up his speech? Good stuff, right? We're about set to go. Rain will be welcome. Tamp down dust. It'll make our open roads into mud traps, though. My family in ancient days lived in wetlands, swamps, at the margins of today's maps. Those are the places we have to search. It's been the hottest summer and fall anyone could remember, and winter was turning out much the same. Drought activity had picked up along the wild borders and in rougher, less wooded territories. Fires had sprouted from the wind-bloom seeds, randomly. Early on, it seemed like a coincidence. Then refugees began pouring in, bearing the bones of relatives and boxes of half-burnt belongings. Smoky tales of ruin still bitter in their tongues. So the company had met again, to share what 5 years had taught them, to reckon with the demands of the moment they were now in. With Garor insisting on bringing them to a painted cave to see if it sparked any inspiration. Yakes had narrated a passage from his family's tomes. Shoulder to spirit, she surely quivered, but she stared at mortality's proof. The Summer King stooped, his slashed body slathering, Harwit in burning blood. Staunch, she stayed upright, and he in his battle-cry struck. The weapon of the Fenwalkers made her death decision easy. No other blow would have felled him. With starry wet cheek, she stood and let his wrath waste her bones. All the weight he wielded he turned on himself. And it says they buried the weapon afterwards in a room made secret and secure, to be found again if the dragons, as with their boast, would indeed be reformed in a future age. They didn't trust the location to their inheritors? Maybe there's a record somewhere. I couldn't find one. But it's so long ago. I doubt they knew what might be. Their history would survive and be safe enough. Famous weapons draw warriors of all kinds. If they're used, they'll be misused or destroyed. We've heard enough accounts. Our dragon wants us to know where he is. If we find the weapon first, good. If we don't, we still need to deal with him. Dralvin too. There's always an argument for skipping legends and cutting straight to his throat. He'll have grown much stronger in 5 years and more wary. I hope they do take your challenge. I hope they hasten. May it cool your blood to blacken their scars. Be patient, Park. Understand I am old as the world, or nearly so. Revenge to me is vast and slow, firm. I will not burn down the forest in order to quiet an unfavorable path. My kind are hardy, loyal, not without needs. We shall need a place to grow. Even humanity needs a place, I think. Humans are not cows. They're a plague. A plague must be burned out. A place that thrived to be fit for life. Fit for us. And you know that we would be a nation, Savan. They would but deign to lead us. Let our armies win your war. Avenge for Shrav by being who we hope to be. Someday, Pat. I promise that someday I will. But in order for my mind to know solace, I must first toward blood. And quantity to answer the quality of that which is lost. It's not letting up. If you try to love what the grass loves, you'll be happy. Woods are just down the next hill. Get that good canopy over us, and we'll get a fire going. Still want to say, whoever was supposed to bring the oilskin? Bad job. This rain was one of the precious breed. Out there, a dragon raises towns and raises fires. The final confrontation approaches, and set the Yakes tear more in the west, whether to seek a lost weapon in the wilds, or to trust in their own gifts and go the trails of the weather allow them. Summer mountain. I rather like the idea of a legendary weapon. Locate the Fen Spear Reliquary, confront Svan at Summer Mountain. Svan will burn your lands in summer. That's not good news. Seems like it's all dead. Where's my recruit? Oh. In here. Okay. So. Once again, split the team for 2. I'll have one team start scouting this way. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3 hunters. 1, 2, 3 warriors. Wait, is it really 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? I am completely equal in all things. Okay. Yakes, Dahlia. Use Gabor. We're close to that. Everybody else goes. Alright, you can be just about anybody. Alright. Oh dear. Uber tank man. Well, that was easy. There. Cool. Prepared. Oh dear. So it'll be permanently destroyed in under 50 days. Here, Dragon Scale Cipher. Sorry, big injury. Number of stones in the scale pattern. My family, we preferred hiding things to locking them up. Devised ciphers that only made sense if you knew our family secrets. I say it's frivolous and probably an effective system, but I suppose we'll observe the results. Yakes kiss grime and dirt out of the flagstones. Symbols of surfaces are barely distinct. Lucky they're still in place. And Dragon Scale Cipher gives directions and distance. What are those symbols? There's a fire, and there's a broccoli, spear, tree, flame, star, wolf. You think that's a wolf? For a stone is east or west, depending on what if it's lower or upper line. You then describe directions on a clockwise compass rotation. And read them from left to right. Find 5 stones, so east, south, west, north, then east again. Each symbol in its orientation remembering standard cases for that. You start by standing on the stones. Nix pulls out the note, jots the symbols down, and looks upon their values. He faces east from the cipher stones and begins walking. 16. Where the directions take them, they dig until they hit a layer of transplanted peat. Clearing the peat, they find a fairly preserved trapdoor opening to a smooth stair. Just remember what I said about booby traps. I'll go slow and careful. Rushing down here is death. This all better be worth it. Lightning torches they go. Yakes reads codes on the brackets to tell where traps are. Dahlia, did you hear? So in their room's a pit, I think. And duck under those banners. They're hidden bolts. Your ancestors must have been geniuses. Rogues, I bet. It's me imagining. This room should be clear. Still probably be careful, though. The center chamber was a high ceiling where shadows clamber away from the night, from light. The noises in the trapped halls have been close and soft, and here voices echo and footsteps swelled twice their number. Humanity at our best. I think we try to solve the problems of children we'll never see, whose gratitude may never feel. I can just... Or should I open the book first? More light would be helpful. The front half of the book can be read another time. It lingers on morning fond asides and recounts tales that only matter to the dead. Yet Yates skips to the end. Some of the spellings are strange, but the Andric is remarkably readable. Margaret Koth died then. He updates the stilted grammar as he reads. Died then, and her bloodline died with her. The other Finwalkers too, who were all heroes. They fell in Macbeth besides the dragon they slew. They did? We bury here the Fens Ichor, the Drake venom that killed our enemies. Along with it shall rest the thorn of the Fen, Hobart the spear. By their loves and homes shall our heroes be interred. I think of how the dragon's bodies became stone, how around the mountains all rose. At once now generations of war have been swallowed in them. Some insist we carry on the traditions, but with the dragons dead, I feel the company too must dissolve the thought. As he who was closest to Parwit who slew the Summer King, of those surviving. Elia, calm down, you ghost. My words have weight, and I intend to use them for peace. I've decided that when I take my marriage name, I shall choose Fenspear to honor my friend and all our dead heroes. May they be remembered and not frown on me, though I would not join them in the end. Do not lie among them now. Their legacy will be with us always. Prophetic words. My family weren't dragon slayers. We were just the people who buried them. Makes it really a slight difference. It's a huge difference. How long have we traded off our reputation? Our history is riddled with favors folks did in deference to legend, and it's a lie. Time tends to blur hard edges. Softer version of the truth will better form and fit young ears. We all like believing the Dragon Slayers lived on. Plus, it sounds like they did run with the Fenwalkers. They just maybe didn't finish the hunt, so to speak. The noise of mechanisms unloading and the throaty grunt of a wounded drow comes from the danger-fraught passage that led here. One wanders in and rears back, seeing them. Then it turns and flees. Probably groupmen to keep an eye on us. If we let them escape, we might be showing our hand. Have to take care of them then. Cutting my soul is trapped. We need to be careful. When are we not careful? Beat the entire party within 6 turns, huh? Okay. Lots of traps. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, let's put you here. Just wanted to look ahead a bit. See if any enemies were there first. Because I want to put Yates here. And use one of his flashes. The fuck? You got wind. Those folks will be dealt with. Gotcha! And then another flash cone here. Try again. There we go. Good blocks, Walrick. And we'll fight. Ooh, that'll definitely be a terrible idea. Gotcha. Done and dusted. Barren sky above the barren mountain. Were they to meet, the pair of fire no clouds? One is freshly flaming and one is charred, little left on its burn. You know anything about an afterlife? The Veld, we call it. The sky with green landings rubber at the sea. We will all be winging, and the wind flattens to grazing. The moon will be bigger there. Turkeys will be large. There'll be nestings to be had, wherever our bodies are heavy. A long and fruitful war. The dead will rise at day's end and live again in peace, grow, post, blissful. No, that's not true. I do not believe in this. My beliefs are as good as your certainties. We've heard that line before. Now speak practically. The birds come back and forth. One has not come from a south. Why not from a root south? Sitting bird for war. I don't know. Deserters still receive their hawk. There will be a follow forth, I'm sure. They won't be telling their dragon anything. Turning to the central room, the others follow Yakes. That book was saying something. More of that Fen talk. It was about the spear or some kind of poison. A thick layer of wax seals whatever sloshes in the metal-strong belly of this vessel. But the spear blade is slid in around the edge. Thorn and Icor. The point was that the spear isn't the real weapon. It's this toxin. Drac venom. Nice voice. Yake stows the journal. Let's take them both. I'm sure our dragon won't be happy to see the spear again either. There's details of what Drac venom is in the book. You can read more, but that'd be under sky first and well hid. Roar, Walrick, and Hughes sway and teeter the large container away from its handles. You can hear me, ancestors. I don't know how to feel about you, but maybe I'm willing to admit it happens. So, we're alright. I don't know. Why did I drink so happily the stories I was told? Why do I choke on the truth? Gets us something in me. Maybe we've all got it. The hope, the desire, nothing special. Delivering the Venom's vessel to the surface, they all leave the place with this knowledge that before the end, a final miracle will be asked of them. If I were a dragon, I would just fly up high and rain dung on us. Dragon dung. So it's very warm. The Thorn of the Fens. 2 times flanking damage. Okay. Hunting Spear. Attacking if very plain is removed. Interesting. Okay, so this is very much meant for like Vivian and whatnot. I want to give it to Yakes. He already has the Orphan Sword, which was amazing. Let's go ahead and give it to Vivkin. 65 days later. Okay, hold on. Everybody that's here. Everyone else. Okay. Yeah, just another artifact, sure. Spell damage, hits from this weapon move the ground itself, inflicting hobble on nearby enemies. But it's also just a really good two-handed weapon. Yeah, he loses the range, which is super helpful. Accuracy and range accuracy. Let's see if we can't prevent all these fires. Is that Hughes up there? Yeah, looks like it's coming back. Oh, it's this one. Okay. Oh, right. D. We're gonna act bad as judgment in the place. I forgot about that. Alright. Flutter Spirit. I don't think this group needs anything. Kaboom! Right, first. Oh, there's a Weaver there. I completely missed him. Yeah, good luck with that. This might be a mistake. Let's see, Flesh Cone. Crazy enough range to hit both. I am okay with that. one more shot just because she... Good. Probably knocked him out of being able to get melee health. Yeah, no, I'm not allowing that. And I just have to count on Hughes to hit these. Actually works for you. Doesn't need that much movement. We've seen that event. Alright, who's getting the dodge? Thinking. Alright, they'll have more than enough time to put out all these fires. Here's a thought. Maybe the unearthworks isn't as dangerous as we believed. Crush. Alright, we've seen this one before. I'll jump down and help her. Doesn't take Garara long at all. Climbs nimbly down and helps Dahlia back at the top. Not a moment too soon. One temporary hit point for all of us. Stone Spirit! Alright. Slam the dart. I should automatically try to hit the haunt. Cool. Alright, bite. And everyone gets forward. You. That's a whole lot of bad idea. This time I'm letting you go. Ooh, that hurt. Why is there even a door there? Oh, that's a cabinet. Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot of you. Alright, Yates. Alright, super now. Wildfires are eliminated. Let's get you guys back down here. Nope. It's spring. Oh no, it's spring. The new fire started summer. No thanks. Sad, isn't it? Every day the wilds get less wild. The unknown becomes known. The world is slipped away, and the world it will be. Oh, give it a rest, will ya? Excuse me, what does that mean? Easy, Hughes. We're all tired. You two have been stimpy with each other a lot. It means I'm sick of you blathering all the time. What all about it? Who knows anymore? Wilds, unwild, known, unknown. What does that even mean? Well, yeah, don't take his bait. Oh, yeah? Yeah, you got something to say about it? Oh, you bet your ass I do. Back off, Hughes. I may be overly eloquent, but at least I don't think with my loins all the time. What's that supposed to mean? It means we're all tired of you going on and on about your romantic exploits, or lack thereof. At least I know how to keep my private life private. Screw this, I'm hitting the sack. Great, swell, nicely done. I'm sure this eases tension between you two. I wasn't trying to ease the tension. He had it coming. Maybe, but it takes two to make a rivalry. I need fabrics. Goddamn son of a bitch! Not gonna get any experience this job. You've seen that event like 4 times. Smackadoodle! why didn't it warn me that would happen? It usually does. Oh, because it didn't even shred the warding. He just warded it all, no matter what. Okay. Hi, guys. Burned you to death. Smack! We are rather stuck here. Okay, don't the raccoon just decide not to do much? Smack. Oh, hi. That's all that's left, huh? Nope. Alright, let's get this area taken care of. Yeah, it's more just free. Get that patrol done. Okay, now for definitely, for sure, they can actually help us again. Hey Mom, you ready for the... Mom? You know this place to bring a woman, don't you think? You want her to fall in love with you? Huh? What? Yeah, but listen, battle's about to break out. I'm supposed to get you. Oh, we've seen this event. Would you just come back once the fight's over? Yeah, but then it'll be night. The world will be changed. Illusions are different. You're unrealistic. Holding minutes passing quiet. Reminds me, there's a painter back in Spider Skirt who wanted me to look for ruby root thistles. They're the best thing the settler streets are red, like painting sunset. I have to remember to look at them. Look at that stump. Get what? Lightning cloven. Let's see how it howls noises like doom soul. Put me in the mind of another line of Zinuk Hughes. With some flowers from the furrow of the wound. Meaning we learn through pain? It's hard to argue, but we're supposed to learn avoidance and caution, right? Look, there's a... Wait, I can tell there's something in the tree. Wait, really? Kind of ethereal gravity in the secret. I'm kind of attuned. See what you found before you get too insufferable. Just gotta reach past the... At the moment, something strikes Dahlia hard. She falls away holding a blanketed bundle of what's stashed in the old tree's carcass. Mom! I'm fine. It's there. Yikes, Dahlia? As twilight deepens, armed figures seem to form from the very bracken. Aurora, out here! It's starting! I did something dumb again! Go straff armor. Dahlia starts at half health. Walling provides nothing in this combat. Uh-oh. Okay, well, something bad happened. Fuck all of you. And you too. Damn it. Still killed Stormguard, though. One of these has to hit. Open the door. Get on the floor and fuck up a dinosaur. Just like that. Yeah, I think so. Alright, introduce you. Afraid of you moving. Damn. Second chance. Got it. Now I can actually move forward. Nibble, nibble. Sword them. Kind of hoping Walrick would have enough movement to get there, but oh well. That works too. That's the last of them. What's that over there? Please help me! Lucky for you we happened by. Where are you from? We can escort you back. I have no home anymore. They came upon us at night, swooping like vultures. They killed everyone. My friends, my family. Oh no, I was spared, but I've lost track of time. Perhaps they meant to keep me as a meal. I have no family to go back to. I have nothing. Don't force me back to the empty village. Take me with you instead. Let me seek my vengeance at your side. Revenge is a poor motivator. You should return home and make a life there. Vengeance will only eat at you, and it's not a good reason to leave your home. Maybe you're right. The Gore Lords. Okay. Honestly, if she had joined, I don't have room for her. I would have just made her stay over here for fires. So, I don't think that'd be a very good ending for her story. What if she... Dang darn. Oh, this is new. Night Shard. I'm afraid we'll be going home with that. There are markets of low places that would pay high prices for something like this, and where? Walrick? Simen? Well, fancy that. You know her? Ha! Does he? Former colleagues, I'd say. Wait, what would you have been doing with people like... It's not important. Oh, but it might be to your friends here. I assume you folks are okay with having a traitor in your group. That was a long time ago. Believe me, my brother knows that as well as you do. He's still in prison. I didn't have a choice. You always have a choice. Hey! What I'm gathering here, there's some history. The Warwick is a vital part of the Heralds of the Blazing Feather now. And we've been throwing ourselves into battle so that people like you can walk around places like this in peace. Huh? So you're some kind of hero now? Sure. But tell me, was it one of your other heroes you fell in love with this time, or was it just the idea of the whole thing? How long do you think she's been saving that line? You're not leaving with that sword. You can still join us. No thank you. I have a hunch we'll put a much better use than you will. Better use? Meaning you think you'll make you look snazzier? Please. Feel free to come and take it, though. Okay, time to make some chaos. How? Everybody's pinned. Ah, what a chaotic weapon. I love it. I also get legacy point. That sucks. Yes, please. I'd imagine this day every so often. I didn't think I'd feel so deflated. Well then, what better way to re-inflate than a mystical sword? Night Shard. Say is broken off the night sky by a beaten and bloody vagabond. A past her prime hero who was falsely accused, run down by a mob. When she reached up and tore this blade of the cosmos, she found her pursuers disappeared, like stars in the daytime. Accuracy, spell damage, and block. Individual attacks using potency instead of physical damage. Or attack mitigated by warding instead of armor. Okay, so it's a magic sword. of tears. I still need fabrics most, right? $5. Dodging Destiny. Yakes and Grower have an idea. Execution's obviously not. Grower, are you in? No, you are in here. Why are you in the shed? You know where this place was. My fishing wrist is whistling to me. Fixing the weather gear. Weather's worse than last year. Haired storms. Guess I'm for you're not lending a hand. I actually have a better idea. Save some work. A trip to Garden Valley to see the sights, eat good food, ignore our responsibilities. I guess that's nice. Cool. Everybody else can patrol. Uh-oh. I was worried about this. Alright. Why can you teleport all of a sudden? Okay, start teleport. Oh, thank you. Oh dear. We're leaving. Darn. Yeah, we've seen this before. This is the one, but last time it was a couple. Let's see what happens if we stay not this time. Frey the Poisoner wasn't always Frey the Poisoner. That's an extremely surreptitious advice. They got out there quick, huh? The sun's getting a woman's hopes up. True enough. From dark come hungry, troublesome voices and two fire-seeking eyes. How do regular folks get by in this world? We veered a little too near root swamps, I think. They bend for their weapons. Anyway, regular folks run a lot more than we do. They're in such good shape. Yeah, my knees are already barking. What makes us fighters? Okay, so this time we fight this creature instead. Well, that's it. Mythical war flail. No thank you. More weird beasts. What's it even want? Heat? Light? Next day comes as fog. Small rippling hills around them. Just like flies on a lake. Got cold, didn't it? We're close. The earth color is familiar to me. The road they're on is narrow. Dust fell fine and gray. As the lake rounds the next bend, a close knot of trees. The light spreads over him, warm and full. Look up now. We're here. This is... They smooth slow like rainwater, are absorbed in the sun-furred slopes of Victoria Valley. Spend a while together and share reflection and idleness, spend it apart meditating privately and mending old dreams. Share reflection and idleness. Time glides by, counted in clouds passing, and shifting vigils of birds, and mellow chirps of cricket. I think everyone should come here. Leave in less of a hurry to go bleed and spill blood. Yeah, pass me a soap. We managed to calm week in Victoria Valley. They're untroubled. Tomorrow we're leaving? Unless we don't. The road going home is tougher than it seems coming abroad. Worth the aches and pains? I'd go again in a year, if there was peace. It makes me wish the whole world would be that way. The trip trickles to its end. .30 dodge against ranged attacks? Holy shit, dude. I don't know why Chadrick is there. It wasn't supposed to be. Okay, so this doesn't need to be patrolled anymore. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. Okay, I can deal with this. What'd she tell you, Vivkin? Any clues who built this place? Didn't say, just talked about the bone walkers. Rove the woods sometimes. Leather-faced guy on the other hills that said light leaks from cracks into old blued stone. It was on summer nights, he said, since last year. Surprised they talked to you, the way your hair looks. Dust drifts in the suddenly empty doorway. Guess it's open. Did you really have to kick it down? No. Trying that hall? I'll have a peek downstairs. They had soon a buzz from the hall's far and sneaks in their ears. That noise coming from inside? Yeah, something's... You seriously need to stop. It's just so satisfying. As the inner noise abates, oily odors spill off the shadow-crowded shelves. Shapes, organic and synthetic by varying degrees, spread and pile elsewhere in industrial disarray. Hey, just asking, is this the kind of stuff you build a nest with? What a wonderful mess. If it's working more thuggy machinery, then it's almost our responsibility to... Not this again, Verdier. Seems like you should give it a shot, though. What if we activate our own Morthagi and it lights up? Maybe peace comes up. Cellar's empty. What'd you two find? This? Verdier wants to try a theory. Can't be serious. Torch the whole room. Bust her plans up. This one's nearly finished. Just need Dad. Dismantle it. Search for what's useful, but it's dangerous to linger here. Shame. I guess you're right. But this thing's got some spell juice inside. There's some sealed boxes here. Might contain uncorroded ores. They search through piles of bones, gears, coiled wires, and cogs. A few lucky finds are to be had. Book about housekeeping? That's... Did you know there's apparently this guy, Kurdok? Designs were docile. One was for dusting his patio. The other's for helping his old mother up and down the stairs. Wasn't this just... Oh. Order, still in there? We got movement. Probably hostile. Oh. Warrior, coming! Okay. Woo! Go, Vivkin, go! Element Shadow. What's that? Doesn't tell me. Trigger gets to kick in more doors. Not yet, of course. Soon. Oh, hello. I would rather constrict you. Stabby. It's fine. It's Tyrmor. He'll take it on that entire room himself. I wasn't supposed to end his turn. I must have accidentally hit another button. So many abilities. Sure. You die from poison. Tree. Ooh, critical dagger. Don't I have someone with like a level 0 dagger? Yep, Dahlia. Fuck it. This is not the end. Interesting. Those are ready. Jadred, you alright? You'd use too easy a word for something so complex, so multifaceted. But it's still the right one, isn't it? It's morning, day of the assault of Summer Mountain. It is beautiful, this land, or it was. How old are you, Strumpet? The 26 circuits of the seasons, me. Should have listened. When I was 26, I was already a wing knight, and saved by Warlord once. A wolf-eyed giant named Zuviak was my shield that day, an exile, but his sacrifice was honorable. Only the Velvarden could know whether he was redeemed. Container still sealed. Jadred, want to go ahead and break the wax? Please don't say anything about dying. I'm feeling brave. I guess brave people die all the time. Ugh, what a stink. If you croak, I promise I'll stop telling the mushroom story. So please, for the sake of that wonderful, limitless mind of laughs, please don't die. But tomorrow this feeling will be something we try hard to recapture, to remember. I will not remember the warlord who rose and fell when I was sleek-scaled and still in the sore of my youth. Vain he was called. He was stubborn, smart, pain-proven, dry. A warlord from the egg, a legend alive. I raced to join his ranks. For most of my life, I failed to realize the many ways our legends fool us. I was you do remember the great Drowland for Shaw, Demon for Shaw, I hope. I was alike to him in that way. The demon believed so deep in stories, myth like the sky is lush. I was Wingson earlier than anyone. Imagination is the mighty talent. Yes, shut up, listen. This venom what the Fenwalkers devised. It was crafted from plants native to their small, wet, unwanted stretch of land. If more is needed, the recipes in the book, I took the precaution of leaving copies with some of the hill folk in case we fall. Compound coating of a weapon with poisoned dragon blood, and, as far as they knew, or as far as the first Fen speaker wrote, only dragon blood. Might not be smart to drink it, though. Hopefully it washes off. I don't want to be the guy with the smelly wand. They smear their weapons in pasty Fen ticker. Ichor, sorry. They don't bother to clean up their final camp. They'll return to it, or they'll be scattered by weather and time. They unwrap a few fresh pieces they brought for today, the best their people could survive. Sun finally. If I was Mishnak, Marcia, if I could backthrow a black javelin to the stars to plunge the well of time, I would hurl it, keep my younger self, tied to it a braid of signal ribbons. Fly away, Pyre. Retreat. Do not stop. Find afar another happiness. Go. But even she, just a story now. This is the final preparations. Okay. Vivkin, you fool. Yeah, even my Raven Man, heavy armor. Battle Sludge will be better because these are not brittle. All right, we're ready. Summer Mountain. An old name hung on those nail-sharp and heart-hearted stones by hill painters of one age or another. The mountain trembles sometimes, trying to contain its explosive temper. The hummocks in young wood huddling near it are sweaty and bright, nervous neighbors. There's a lot of party members. I have 10, so 2 full groups, Danny. I actually did not manage to get you in this team. It was very restrictive on which legacy members I could choose. This is the only campaign you've not been a part of. Treasure and Tyrmor, Swickery and Vivkin. Wardeer, all tuck misgivings under their tongues. They stretch their legs and make the mountain's red-black roots. Bristling lines lace the trails at the summit where the dragon sits. All chanting his name. The mountain booms with drove and arm. Under the tunnel and to the top. Dragons were the first artists. Their medium was manipulation, and they loved all of its forms. Cloud gatherers, doll makers. We intend to make it through this course of blades, but its purpose is to weaken us, right? That's what I would think. Listen to them playing and sing. They stomp and rattle your name. Listen to them crying, listen to their fearless love. I do hear them. I hope you will remember them, immortal. I've seen numerous and little from high up, nearly nothing. But so do stars and planets appear from our far perch. If even 100 stars went black, I believe you would. I'd notice the death of stars. Savan, the night you hatched, I realized the world had ended. Savan found titles for children who crawl and pray with thorn. Truth between his crowning. I saw you would kill what is Dralin. Of society, a new thing would grow from its corpse. I wanted that because I was sure it would be better. But, Wek, I only ask you to listen to the Dralin chanting, or their voices fade. You forget I'm very keen of you, Pyre. I do listen. I hear you sighing, gazing on the land and rule I gave you. You spoil your failing heart with softening memories and growing bitter. I love you in my fierce, unchanging way, but you regret loving me. This is why you no longer say sister. That is why. Isht. Regret erodes nothing of a heart's goodness. For all my love gone, oath would behold me here. There is mortality's bloom, honor, beautiful, ephemeral, and so fragile. Perhaps you will teach me to grow my own someday. You will mend this rift you've wrought and live happily. Perhaps I will get that chance. No, Pyak, sister, but I hope not. Okay. Ah! That's a lot of enemy cards! Red Cloak. He emanates from his glowing, rippling garb, and his eye a promise of incineration pulls the molten mad. Climb the mountain to confront Savan. Only way is through. Chadred, why are you separated us? No. Respect the other weapon. Damn it. So we're gonna kill both of them. Are they birdmen? No, these are lizard people. And they managed to find a dragon and hatched it. And now it leads them. And it has led them for almost 2 decades. As soon as it was born, it could speak. So, no, you're not attorneys at law. Okay, so all they managed to do was shred 1 armor from one of my characters. That's the best they could do with their turns. I don't see any spawn places, so let's take our time and get everybody set up to open the door. Okay. That's fine, just need to get rid of that. bonus health. I love it. Okay. They're being jerks with all these placements. That's fine. That'll do there. And then Shadred walks over here and kills 2 things just by standing near them. Okay. I mean, you pissed off Tierborn. What do you expect to happen? Here's probably where the dragon is. More of you. This would be a better idea. Cool. There's the red cloak. What are you gonna do, red cloak? Channel Fireball! Sure. Well, you missed. Oh, that's a bad place to be channeling a fireball. Don't need it. Barricade out of the way. It's making my actions less efficient. I don't know for certain if it'll reset my actions like it usually does when we walk into an area like that, but I'm not going to make the assumption. So, everybody get close. A handful of Drauven hold the otherwise vacant summit. They look small among the mountain's bloody-backed talons. Where's the... Then, crag dislodges itself. Clouds change course. Huge outspreading wings lift Savan off the mountain's sheer sides. Relax his bulk with stunning lightness on the broad plateau. His gaze lands on each face like the flat of a forge-hot blade. Like Big Boss and Riveria fused. We're probably talking about Vivkin. Vivkin's one of my rogues, and he has a legendary weapon specifically meant for slaying dragons. The fumes up here of oil, smoke, sulfur, scouring flesh make it hard to look at him, but blinking would take too much courage. At last, the dragon speaks. That's Vivkin way over here. Familiar eyes behold. You can see me groan and understand the futility of your struggling, snarling, yapping, clasping. He's matured now. The rocks ring harmonically, vibrating to his voice. His warm insouciance thickens and slows the blood, making wax of muscles. Earnest breezes steam their sweat away, the stroke of the air is still a comfort. It's familiar and of the world. I take from your silence that I impress you. I ask that you don't let yourselves be cowed. Entertaining me is your goal, isn't it? Chadrid almost speaks. Almost melts life into their arms. Almost recognizes how a hip articulate foot shifts. Almost, but doesn't. And they were so close. How distressing. But yes, little Barnabas thought his bravery was something different. I've changed the definition. Maybe it's Savan's gusty gloating that begins to blow the dread mist away. Or it might be that these are simply heroes. Memories stir up in them. They remember green things grow not far from here. Chadrid remembers the day they knew that all things and beings aren't as separate as they seem, and that with practice they might come to fuse wills and learn harmonies of thought with whatever they give their spirit to. They each have recollections of this. The paralysis of amazement and fear begins to leave them. I think I must understand it now. Perhaps now you hope to prostrate yourself before me, to bend and wag and call me a king. Smart. To tell me something plain. To wound a dragon, to ruin his hold, to bury his supplicants before he has given them leave to eat bones. You knew it would demand my wrath. What hate does your species bear me that is worth your annihilation? Vivkin is first to finally spit words. No one was looking for you, old arrogant thing. The only purpose we went with was to defend our own. His pipper sounds childlike, dwarfed in dragon echoes, nearly drowned by the blistering wind that blows constant through Savan's nostrils and maw. But the dragon was upset. The assistant. They must say it! Hate is hallowed in their language. It's primordial pre-speech that comes out of it. A form of expression unfelt in this world since Yiddly of Winter had returned to her egg. The salty words he says aren't important. This is emotion made real. Real as heat. Emotion given a place and state among the atomic rattle of is and isn't. Sorry, that line made me cough. What Svan imparts is a crowded feeling. Rage, fear, sorrow, bafflement. The furied uncomprehension of an unloved despot. All age fermented over egg-bound eons. This is pre-speech, the true tongue of dragons, but only one in which they cannot tell lies. How perfectly clear things are then. Today is the final day. For Svan, or for humanity. Anything after becomes fate, a cord to be reeled on the history spool. Our weapons are deadly to your blood. There'll be agony as they pierce you. Your chance was to bite while you had us awed. Now that's gone. Time to go back to the dark of your cell, your egg, your corner of obscurity. Close your eyes. It'll be easier. I shall set such a fire in you, your ghost shall forever fly free. Immolated even as they flutter ash-like, lost in the black wind of mortal oblivion. To hear an undying thing speak of my death, my spirit laughs at him. Come on. Svan, his menace humbles mountains and stars. In his eyes swirls the solar heat like a feeder to devour all creation. Whatever fate he feels. Hierarch, the Drowan commander stands high, her eyes resolute, her voice is steady, as a steady presence in the air, unifying the motion of the troops. Kill Svan, kill Drowan commander Hierarch. That's a lot of health! That is 61 health! And he has all the buffs he had before. You know what? You're not even important enough for me to worry to use my first attacks on, Svan. Fuck. Okay, Swickery has to attack you. Vifton's not supposed to take damage, he's rogue. And then Vifton. There's some poison here. As Pyre buckles, the dragon rends creation with a mighty roar. Propping herself to stand, kicking against the rock, she shivers. Her mouth makes sounds, most of them swallowed in Svan's flashquake rage. She is only Drowan, not immortal. Soon, she stops moving. Alright, you are immune to debuffs, but you're not immune to the damage they can cause. Okay. Let's get everybody in flanking positions. Direct Venom. Every turn takes target takes damage and Direct Venom is reduced by half. Okay, so it's like a weaker poison. Ah, understandable. Did not expect that to bounce that far. Well, I'm glad I made Swickery give himself temporary health. And then Vivkin gets to use the actual legendary weapon. But I kind of want to make it poetic and have him finish it off with that, so... Damn. That is it. They look at each other. The dragon has no breath, but still expels words, finding it possible. We shall return someday. Try not to. I never tried to think. I am existence's first idea. I am more nature than nature itself. In the end, I will destroy every hand to me. It will all come back to me in the end. The dragon is dead. His skin already looks to be hardened. His eyes are glassy and full of clouds. Let's just burn these Drauven, right? Who knows if they go to the Veld? But I don't want to have to worry about Drauven ghosts appearing in my garden. I'm alright with it. Veld. Why don't we have a Veld? It is dead, a return, but burned with grace. There's no reason we cut out a dragon's heart, is there? Keep hold of a dragon's egg? That's not smart, is it? Nah. It would bury us. There'll be generations before it does anything else but accrue stone. There's a stored consensus, at least. Chadred and Timor, Wardir and Vivkin, Swickery can make it down. What if the volcano erupts? And the egg winds up somewhere? Can't stop the world moving, can we? Just be vigilant while as we can. Feelings turn bright in the evening air. Words sound soft and rich. The incredible truth of what they've done settles in them. The dragon weight that bent their shoulders is gone. None of them have ever felt quite this light. Loyal dregs of the Drauven army creep into the mountain to see the scene. They're surprised to find the neat pyres and burnt bones. In the dark, they pull down their barricades. For a while, Timor and Chadred will climb the mountain each morning and observe how the dragon decays. By the third such morning, Savan's remains will be unrecognizable, hardened stone. Other rock masses around them, seemingly pulled from the earth, or perhaps condensed from the air and dust. They all go home eventually. They'll brush clean old furniture, stare at old books, savor remembered recipes, enjoy the quiet, easy conversations that happen over golden domes of food. Dragon Slayers! My pocket's too heavy! Come take my table, have as much as you can scarf down! It's weird. The normals of life come back and aren't quite normal. It's really them. When you've seen how easy the world colors can be painted ash white. A grin in broad daylight seemed heroic, worth answering. And you go counting the things left unburned. Some things you recognize, some you never bothered to. Plenty remains. But plenty has gone away. Fire always eats until it's alone. Still ravening, must sink to its end. The seasons bury each bone by each bone, and our faces grow hard to remember. It's all just a story to someone someday. Pigment flesh stretched on a cooled fossil frame. The heat sails curl upwards, being winged and free as nights. Be never nearer than far. Your stories will never be ours. Yeah. There's all the enemies we faced, all the left behind stuff, and the legendary weapons that we got from the story. So yeah, we've won. Ignore this, just means we beat the mission. We got 127 years of peace for this land.
Something in the woods is very strange.
Yanks got to see the sunrise every morning. Yeah, we've seen this one a million times. Warrior took up the mandolin and convinced a few others to form a band. We call ourselves the Heralds of the Blazing Feather. You know, since it's not being used anymore. Hughes gathers many companies. Okay, made a story. Vivkin and Timur opened a tavern together in Flyingdale. Vivkin did some not-so-subtle matchmaking for on any lonely guests. And Timur's story told on the evenings that felt inspired. Very beginning, when he got that fucking legendary artifact of a stick. Peace couldn't have come soon enough. I don't know how many more fights I had left in me. Okay, this one we've seen before.
Something in the air now smells of fear.
One day Wilrick awoke with likeness in the step. Okay, that one. Vickery made another tower. She repaired old stuff. The legendary sword that Grubkin picked up. See that. Alright. So yeah, let's add them all to Legacy. They all did very well. Chael and Cloversooth. I'm so happy Chadred's daughter showed up. Okay. We get to upgrade 5 people permanently. Wargear I can't promote? Needs at least 3 abilities. Oh, he didn't gain enough levels. Okay, well, Chadred and Swickery, the brother and sister, will definitely promote. Vivkin definitely did good. Tiermore was amazing. That's right, Chael and retired. In Soil and Smoke, we completed the All the Bones of Summer campaign. Now, they added, later on, a new story. The Sun Swallower's Wake. You could only do this by having a certain event play through in one of the previous missions. It was during the Enduring War we got ours. So this is blind to me. I have not played through this mission, because on my normal file, I only just unlocked this before starting to stream this. So this is going to be all new. The Sun Swallower's Wake. Forgotten tyrant returns to the Talon-torn land. In the Grey Reaches, blood betrays blood. Bonds are kept, bonds are broken. And the feathered thief who ate a piece of the sun hungers still for more. It's only a 3-chapter campaign, but it's only for legacy heroes. So that's interesting. There's you, Danny. Okay. So, our hunter, definitely gonna be Danny Blue Mage. Really? Yoga is definitely a good one. Lokshen is good. I want to do K-Win again. Oh no, I can choose. Good. Go with Chadra. I know she just had a big... She's been important for 3 missions in a row now. Oh, Vic, that's right. Vic was one of the original trio, wasn't he? Vic Trist. Good point. I could have sworn it wasn't K-Win, but you might be right. The sprawling valley, these towering peaks. You feel the shape of them in your blood. They are as they were when life was young, when the first of our people set foot upon the untilled soil. They were cold days, stumbling days, but we were not alone. It was Lokshen, right. There were beasts of the earth, of lake and stream, of the sky, and other shapeless things, both willful and strange. Some came with friendship, others with mischief, and one day over our lowly hovel swooped Vulture. He was known to us by name and rumor, the mighty sun, cunning, capricious, covetous. Insatiable in his appetites, he conquered and devoured, and thirsted after all that shone and sparkled, jewels and gems, and stars and gold. And most of all, he desired the sun. So up to the sky's very rim he soared, and with his beak he tore it down and carried it back to his mountains. Then the sun shone only at the vulture's rim, and the land fell into a bitter winter. I showed it. So it was that we came to the valley. Cruel winds froze the blood in our veins, long nights stole our children and our old, and in the midst of our mourning, Vulture appeared. He claimed us as his subjects, and he offered us a span of sunshine, a warm and prosperous year. In return, we would pay him tribute, the corpses of our dead. We refused. Incensed, Vulture spread his wings and departed. But when we lay asleep, he returned, clutching in his talons a flick of sunlight. It burgeoned into a mighty blaze, and consumed all the earth. But courage sometimes is born from great anguish. Think that was the end of that old bird? Did our ancestors? So did our ancestors, actually. Flames charred his flesh and melted his feathers, but the malice so pure and pungent which dwelt in Vulture's heart would not perish. Gnarled and misshapen he arose, hissing his hate, vowing revenge. Imagine being too hateful to die like a normal thing. He's a regular pest in a lot of the old stories, always popping up to eat us and steal our joy. My nan had a big old book of stuff like that, and rocked me to sleep with it. Now we get the attorneys. It was pretty good. Always liked the talking animal. And there. That should do it. I've gotten sort of used to the old drip drop. Wonder if I'll miss it. Hey, are you good with doors? It's none of my business maybe, but don't you have a regular house mender for stuff like this? Out here? I'm lucky if I see the same face twice. Much less an odd jobber. First it was the floods, now it's rumors of kidnappers and beast worshippers. Not a lot of folks willing to risk the road. Just get the adventuring types mostly. Not that I'm complaining. Get to meet some real heroes sometimes. As soon as I saw you, I thought, I know those two. Huh? The dusty roads that stitch this yondering together are riddled with pins like gems. Here, weary feet can stall while empty bellies are filled with and words are traded. News and rumor, tale and song. Like seed lodged in a traveler's shoe, they take root wherever they're dropped. You're from the river towns? Can you tell me if Rusty Leoberon ever finished his new windmill? Did you see it? Is it bigger than before? Don't worry, you'll get a chance to tell me all about it. I'll get ready the rooms. 3 heroes meeting an end. Sounds like the start of one of my Nan's stories. Quiet place, far from anything. You don't dress like one of the locals. You're on a job too? Oh, you mean patching Jem's roof? Wasn't really on purpose, just passing through. I figured it's best to take what work comes to me. What are you thinking, Caitlin? Guess asking for help is smarter than not. Your story isn't all that new to Vic. Cultists have plagued the people of these lands as far back as he remembers. And lately it seems every new sun brings another grim tale of their doings. Abductions, pilferings, and worse. The faces he meets on the road are too often clouded with fear and mistrust. It's not just the roads anymore. There's been farms attacked, and places like this. But they can't pillage and destroy. No respect for life, or craft, or art. So the river people tried putting a company together, hiring folks to patrol the roads, root out the cultists. We were the only volunteers. And you're wondering if I... Okay, ready to see my collection. There are other heroes in our legacy, I think. Because, yeah. Yeah, there are other heroes in our legacy. This one's the middle's Dahlia Fensphere, right. Passed through a few years ago, let me take her sketch. Really captured her fierceness, don't you think? Then there's Wang Wen and Jinna. Don't recognize those names. Of course, it's Kira. Kira I recognize. My wall of heroes, I call it. Always looking for new additions. Want me to show you which beds they slept in? By crackling her, plans are settled. They've spot my wall for you, Vic. Don't forget. Sketches are so lifelike. A few seasons on the road with no destination in mind. Imagine you must have some stories to tell. Lots of road ahead of us. He's already heard all of mine. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some things. Not all of them pleasant, but... You know what that sounds like? They scrambled down the hillside, chasing sounds of a scuffle at the canyon entrance, where a traveler is beset. Okay. The only ones we don't have are the Gorgons. But everything else is present. Bracken the Traveler, huh? Wow, you have no movement. Are you debuffed or something? Panicked. He's having trouble moving. Do it, I guess. Nothing seems to be in range of being able to attack us. Good kitty. Very good. Oh boy. Good job, Bracken. Ah, there's one. Why can't I shoot? Oh, he's too close. I don't have his archery buff thing, so he has a, since you have a longbow, Danny, you have a very small, you don't have a very good minimum range for your attack. You okay there, shovel guy? Yes, just... didn't even try to catch him. Caught me off guard. We can't leave him here. Should we? Where? What? Easy now. There's a place up ahead. You're safe here while you're with us. Get some rest. By the time they reach the roadhouse, the stranger is fully awake. He calmly declines all offers to treat his wounds, except only a seat at the table and a bowl of warm broth. He lets the steam bathe his face for a few moments, breathing deeply, and takes the bowl to his lips and drinks. You look brighter. Did they not say medicine mends the body, while a warm meal restores the mind? Restores the what? The men? Again? I hadn't heard that one. You live alone here, around here? Yes. Yes, I've called the Grey Reaches home since I was very young. Grey Reaches? Is that not what you call these lands? Oh, Nan said that was the name a long time ago. This stretch of country, from high atop the grayest peak, all the lands and shadows reach. Or something like that. Had a funny way of naming back then. Yes, well, some of us still use the name. We go stand by the fire. Time traveler? Or just very old spirit? It occurs to me, friends, that I owe you an introduction. Bracken is my name. I'm a servant. Hey, I wouldn't have taken you for. The life of servitude is little valued by some, derided by others. Yet it is the life of my choosing. Other paths presented themselves. Easier paths, perhaps, deplorable to my eyes, though every hardship I have stood by my lord, whilst he endures all the ills and indignities the world would inflict. But now, to have his home overrun by those things, worshippers of false gods, what do they call themselves? Downers? Deepists, maybe? Ah, yes, that's the word. In the roots of our mountain, their tunnels sprout like tangle of weeds. In our home, beneath my lord's chair, their leader sulks. And from safety, he directs his followers to conquer and pillage. Their number grow, they spread. Their stronghold all but unassailable, except there are a few passages, entrances, which only my lord and I know of. So I came in search of a few brave souls to aid us. I hope that my search is over. Bracken's resting, finally. Long day for him. You been quiet, Danny? Something on your mind? Only pondering our good fortune. That we should meet this man and he should meet us. Our way forward, how we proceed. There's little left to consider. Well, there is one thing. You can't be a real band of adventurers unless you have a name. Something catchy, like... Guys. The Romantics of the Enchanted Rage, the Legion of Southern Music, Mustang's Beauty, the Rivals of the Jade Dream, the Defeaters of the Orb, the Ghost Gang, the Friends of the Youth, Moth's Peace, the Hounds of Divinity, the Adventures of Magnificent Fate, Scepter of Knowledge, Eagles of the Lady in White, Cadre of Wisdom, Lamb's Birth, Club of the Stained Panther, There's Essence, the Mantis Keepers, Evil Lift, and a Bell. No, because it sounds like we're going to be countering winter. Right? Yeah, it sounds like a Mormon recruitment drive. Dear Greenlings, or Secret, or Fire, Sounds Fortitude, Northwest Valor, Wisdom of the Violet Truth. Wisdom of Violet Truth, I think. Brother of Era, Sense of Learning. Orchestra of the Weird Glade. Raiders of the Stair. Lion's Law. I like Lion's Law. I'll take it. And over the gray hills they go. Recruit! The lubricants. There comes a night when Vic's path puts him again at the old inn door. From outside, the innkeeper's heartless chatter sounds like merry music. Even climbed on my roof, that man, and was able to fix the leak. Of course, I used to wash my neck with the drip that was dropping, so now I hope I'm not ruining anyone's story. Gem? Vic Trist, you're back! No, you've here just the perfect time. Unexpected, but not unwelcome. Trail happened to bring me back. I'll stay the night again if I'm welcome. You'll never be a stranger under this roof. It's half yours. Vic's fed and coaxed into sharing some of her insights in the past 20 days. I think it's lucky you happened back. The woman at my back is surely a legend in her own right, at least to us at this patch of earth. You sound like a local pepper eater. It'll be a match everyone's wanting. You two together will inspire 1,000 rhymes. Us together? I wonder how you mean that. You do look like someone's been holding your words in. Sorry. Yeah, so, Vic, let me honor that moment and make this formal. Folks know me for my flair and for wit and for the way my gaze rakes a sunlit field. They also know I'm someone to depend on. I'm strong. And so, if there's a mystic gem's been singing about all night, it's your company called Lion's Law. I'd like to join you. Honestly, it's comforting you're so willing. You can join us. Your name's May? All right, May Lathland. It's deepest in the mountain. They don't fight with brooms. Had my share of run-ins. All right. Share a drink? A first drink. Wow, chills! Chills! I'm getting chills! Alright, train her up. And a simple counterclockwise. Alright, we've seen this event a million times. Take the ancient stairs. Right, this one. This event. K1 gets extra potency. And we get powerful artifact offhand. K1 starts at half health level. Probably doesn't have range. Nope, I can bounce it off something else. Danny has range to shoot it, because of course he does, with his fucking gigantic bow. They took off a Minotaur demigod. Oh, it went hidden as soon as Danny shot it, because he shot it out of range of sight. Wow. Okay. Cool. A common grapefruit. Really? No. You salvage. Welder possessed helm. The mod must have messed up the thing. But it gives potency, armor, and health. Darkness falls upon enemies, reducing their wound. That sounds like something, an aura I want on somebody who walks around them a lot. Of Triumphant Forge. Good luck, everybody. I think we got good spell work. Yeah, okay. They can fall in love. No. I was here first. Hey, Noir. That's a lot of ingots. Good grief, Caitlin. Sweetie, ow! That's... Don't dig your claws in, please. Noir's now being held by my arm. Thankfully, this game can be played one-handed. Yeah, not so comfy, is it, buddy? Okay, we've seen this one before. Yep. First time I've done the stealth path instead of the other one now. Ooh, fire spirit. May doesn't have a hat. They consider it a brooch. So now she doesn't have hair. I wonder if there's a way to get around that. Oh well. There's one. More. You are very awkward right now. Please figure out what you want to do. This isn't what you want to do. You're practically wrapped around my arm. I need you. Yes, please. Thank you. If you hear something whap the microphone, that's his tail. He has to make this work for some reason. Damage. More, please. Thank you. But now I can't see. You're right in front of the monitor, buddy. Okay. There you go. Now I can get you. Fire flail. Need a pipe. Right, the take food or leave it options. Let's leave it this time because that gives me more legacy points. Yeah, now you have hair again. I'm confused. The helmet mod is not perfect. We're good. Good. No need to patrol. I've read about forests like these. Trees so thick even a noonday sun can't reach the ground. We haven't seen a single living thing, but I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched. Shh, I see someone. Hide. Hello. He looks sad. Maybe he's lost. Hello? Are you lost? Ah! Sorry, you scared the life nearly out of me. What are you doing here? We could ask the same of you. We're hunting the horde monsters that live here. I suppose we're here for the same thing then. Came here by yourself to kill these vermin? They're not vermin! Or they weren't always this way. Oh wait, we've seen them before. Her known person such monsters, no sorcery, just words. Evil, slippery words. Words that filled her mind, dark thoughts, and wicked cravings. She's too far gone now, my wife. Last time I saw her, all that was left in her eyes was some primal rage that terrified me. So I suppose there's a monster in her instead of the woman I knew. I don't think she's done now. I should have killed her then. Who knows what horrors she's done since. I'm here to end this, before she can hurt anyone else. Join us and we'll do it together. Thank you for your offer. Actually, I was not sure I was going to manage this on my own. And that is our third caster. Her hair's gone again. Go. Dang it. More! Give me 15 minutes, buddy! He's tugging on my headset and trying to climb the, trying to climb my chair and other things he does just to get attention. Nope. That's the last of them. That villager's still here. Deepest have been dealt with. Yes, thank you. What will you do now? Oh no, there's nothing left for me in my village. I just can't go back to that life knowing the creatures are out there. Let me come with you. I can be useful in a fight. I won't slow you down. We all called our paths in different ways. You're welcome to join us, Korban. The Lion's Law. Thank you. I won't bring my beloved back, but maybe I can help others avoid the fate. Armor. It'll drop her block very little, but honestly, I'm more impressed that I have a caster with 3 armor. It's the deepest we're going after. I'd just be happy their alopecia is cured. I don't know what that is. Kura Prairie is sparsely peopled plainland with its famous roadhouse. Oh, it's this one. It's this one with the parent who has the idea of, you should invest in my thing. So let me leave first. I don't need my ear filled with the mud I crawled from. And so it remains just that way with May and her father. Bird is the thing we hold on to, much firmer when our happy memories are dim in view. Medical term for bald, huh? Later. Can't choose how we enter this world, any of us. It's good to make it into adulthood and do something with it. And you're there, and you're doing. Don't worry too much. You okay there, Vorbarn? And you, love? Place gave me a heavy feeling. Maybe just been too long, but I wasn't itching to go inside. Thanks for bringing the barrel out, if anything. I grew up happy, more or less, and my parents were my parents. However much they might have shaped me, I make the choices these days. I don't mind being out here. I look better in this light anyway. Of the night, her lover's face will be what May clearly recalls. A good memory, warm of the road that angles home. Permanent plus porting. Hiding fabrics. Gray Mountain. It's the final fight of the chapter. They pick their way through canyons and up cliff sides, following the path that Bracken marked. The great mountain that once loomed in the distance grows wider and taller with each step. Austere and silent, and watch as they advance. Damn it, Noir! Don't attack my arm! Its sides are pewter gray and strangely smooth. Its peak disappears into the clouds. All this gray rock doesn't look good for much. Wonder how Brock and his boss came to live here. Why'd they want it back? Shh, you hear? Ah, my friends, you come. Hope we didn't keep you waiting. No, I've been busy myself, preparing, watching. I've caught news of your deeds, as have the Deepest. That prophet of theirs, he's unsettled. In the mountain he gathers the greatest of his warriors. But I can get you past their outer walls, allow you to strike where they least expect it, at their prophet sun-hating little heart. Still will not be easy. Keeps formidable force around him always. Won't say it's a fight I'm looking forward to. Thing is, though, it'll save us a lot more fighting down the line. You'll have your own back soon, Kraken. I thank you. Now come, speed is good. Not falling is better. Kraken leads them on and upward, finding paths and ledges to the mountainside that were invisible from below. He is sure-footed, unwavering, as if every fissure and every bend is etched into memory. At last he stops, pulls aside a pile of brush, revealing a person-sized crevice. Inside is a dark cavernous space. Whether it was formed by nature or human hands is difficult to discern, but it feels old. Older than a broken castle that speckled the valleys below. Is this where you live, Bracken? It doesn't look... This is a passage. Further along, though, well, it was more splendid then. When I first set foot on these stones, that day I was cold, so cold, wondering if the sun would ever rise again. But the mountain sheltered me, gave me life. How long ago was that? You lose count of years. Your boss, was he? We've come to a stairwell. Your trapdoor at the bottom is a small tunnel, leading the underhall. I've been using it to gather information unseen. We're ready then? Or there's one more thing. Once the alarm is sounded, the cultists will come swiftly to protect their prophet. On the western side of the hall, one of the pillars has never stood right. Stone is weak enough, one of you might bring it down with a solid blow. That should stop their forces from pouring in. How long have you been planning this? Oh, he gets a level up. Of course he does. I'm gonna make him Elementalist. Oh boy, a Shadow Hunter! Reach the crumbling pillar to collapse the ceiling. Deepest will keep coming. Okay. Big fuck off hammer can do nice things. Okay. Warmed? Warmed is an effect from her hammer. Damage increased. Let me get a better description. Aura of Warmth. The warmth aura surrounding the wearer bestows allies around an inner flame, increasing fitness. Bonus is 0.5 physical divided by spell damage. Time, whatever those are, whatever that is multiplied together. And spell damage of potency. It usually doesn't pop around bonfires. It's usually just because of the slash. There aren't other buffs in theory, but I might have missed it if I've seen it. If I've not seen it, I mean. I'm sitting here making my mystics do a bunch of melee attacks. What does the world come to? Oh, you're not something that gives me spells. Oops. I can't undo that. Oh well. Can't get close enough to anything. May the mighty Stone Slayer. It's the work of a moment for May. She feels the energy of the stone in her fingertips, aching to bend to her limb. The archway collapses, the wall with it. The floor giving way beneath her as stones splinter and fall. It's a short but painful drop. Whew, that probably looked incredible. They must be so worried. The sounds of the struggle filter down. Then in darkness she spies a glow. As she nears it, another light suddenly floods her periphery, causing her to stumble. It's harsh, blinding as day, until the next moment when it dims, vanishing with a thud. May? Bracken, what are you... There was a light. My torch, maybe? I need to get back to the others. Right, follow me. Oh, goody. Bracken is working with the, vulture. Oh, hey, May's over here now. That dude's probably dead. I don't know what's behind that door, and I'm not taking a chance, so we're waiting in front of it. Oh, hey, it's the Shadow Hunter! Everything's on fire. There's not a fire there, though. It wants me to interfuse with that blank spot. Sucks for you. Dust settles. A tomb's silence falls. Caves and tunnels branch away from the prophet's hall. A labyrinth clattered with odorous offerings and scatter-scratched sigils. Word of their prophet's fall must travel fast. All seems deserted. It's the walls of these chambers, more than the deepest rubble, that hold May's attention. Where she seemed to even be a gap before. Just a wall, I guess. Have we not searched enough? You must be longing to return your feet homeward. Something of a mess in here. You don't want help clearing it up? Oh, no. You've already done all that could be asked, and my lord is so very particular. I will handle the rest. Right, your lord. Any chance to be able to meet him? I'm afraid to be quite impossible. He is unwell. But the mountain will heal him, as it ever has. Soon he will be his old self again. Yes, old self. Come, I'll show you out. But even the deepest bodies? Kinda gross. Shouldn't we help you bury them? Not necessary. Be off and be well. Fall will come soon. The land will be better traveled. Come see the valleys when you can. It'll be a long road back, but their steps are lightened by thoughts of what lies ahead. From high up, they can see all the land, gray in the pale light. Is that Jim's chimney down there? Probably get supper ready. Here's supper. Just give me some bread and jam. My lord? Bracken. I expected to find you resting. Resting? Now when I feel the fire in my blood again? When all that was stolen returns to me? Ah. These creatures no longer taint the airs of the mountain with their rank mushroom breath. For the first time in centuries, I begin to feel like myself. I'm pleased to hear it. And yet you're making that damn face. Am I? No. We have little of value to spend besides time. We shall need to remedy that. I suppose the tunnels are a bit moist. These penny blades, how exactly are you repaying them? Ah, a stroke of fortune. Or maybe fate. They saw, I think, that our purposes aligned. I might have offered some reward, but they appeared content that the job was done. Purposes? And who do they think you were? The simple servant of a wronged lord? So you didn't mention. Have I done wrong? Wrong? No. No. What does it matter, really? I thought they should know this was your home, lest they might try to claim it. Might have enjoyed that. But fine. See whatever entrance you brought them through. Yes, my lord. Bracken, loyal Bracken. You had seen me that night. The very night I shattered my prison after millennia shackle. my mind gone strange. I could finally match gazes with the stars again and planets. They're equal once more. I might have gone anywhere then, but I longed for my mountain, my perches, my caves, my basking stone. I even remembered you, Bracken. My first waking thought was to find you, Lord Wilton. I knew nothing of the years gone by. Yes, the years. I'd had no one listen to me squamble and curse, no one to puzzle over my equivocal utterances, or quail as I hissed and sang. But I lost track of time. I regret, or I wish, the day you were imprisoned. That very day I swore I would free you myself, whatever the price. Only you survived long enough to bring you back. But between one hiding place and that, I slept. I only slept. Never woke again for all the ages since. Let it go. I don't fault you. When my power was sealed, naturally, your own vitality would diminish. If anything, be glad. You were preserved until the moment I needed you again. You're like a little pickled piglet. Must I be a piglet, my lord? And look, feel it. Stand in that golden heat. Things will be as they were, Bracken. As if the mountain is never taken from us, and hill by hill, river by river, we shall reclaim the sum of all we once called. That smell. Yes, I guess prepared you a fine feast. Oh, how considerate. It's the vulture! 11 years apiece to follow. During the years of peace, Wilbur, Danny, and Kaywin would get together for weekly sessions of Dungeons & Dragons. Your party comes across a book written in blood. I destroy it. You know, Kaywin, your character doesn't have to be exactly like you. Gwynland Forge offered to take discarded Drovan armor and Mothargi parts, melting them down and reforging them to be used against their former masters. When Vic came down with a case of Mossilan, May would be the one to feed a fire and handle the soup pot. Anything else? New pillow? Back rub? For a good stretch of her youth, May had the habit of holding on to old chains. VtuberEN, a new portrait is hung. Tales of Vic and Lion's Law grew even more elaborate as the years went by. Ooh, new gem leg. I love seeing Kaywin's character and just like all blank. She gets nothing. Alright, Danny. Not enough Heartwoods. You have a spoon. Let's solve that problem. New threats. Made just the way you like it. Burnt crust and everything. Just don't let me hear you've been hobnobbing with the baker across town. You know you're my favorite, Ildred. Rain's gathering. Stay inside if you can help it. Rain, huh? That'd be nice. Would build a nice warm fire if only had someone to share it with. Danny Blue Mage. I know the back of that head anywhere. Wait, is that little Sandra? Little? Seem to recall you taking up mercenary work around Skentcall. What brings you my way? Got somewhere we can talk? Excuse the mess. Been trying to put my collections in order, but then I'll stumble on some curiosity and I'll get a fire started. Then you can tell me everything, like which of our neighbors grew up to be the handsomest. It would be nice to spend a quiet evening catching up, but the reason I came, going to be a long story, huh? Yeah, you remember Jondon? Jondon? Helped us with the goat kids that one summer? Sort of rustic, sturdily built guy? Oh, Jondon. Well, I ran into him last season. He had a new job lined up. Asked if I wanted in. It was always like that, looking out for me. You heard about the Drovan and Morthagi? Yeah. Well, baffling seeing our old enemies turn on each other so fiercely, but I can't say I'm sorry to see it. Felt that way too at first. Of course, it's always nice to hear your enemies are beating the snot out of each other. When it's happening on your back doorstep, people get nervous. There was talk of putting together a militia just in case. I assumed it was sort of job John didn't take. Militia? Sandra, you're adorable. Why'd I want to join the militia? I mean, I don't know, but it's all anyone's talking about right now. Jondin. Is Jondin one of our legacy heroes? I recognize the name. I'm sure it is. Bigger walls, deeper trenches, and a few brave cowhands armed with pitchforks. That's their answer to everything. But no, this thing between Draven and Morthagi, see? It's not something to wring our hands over. It's an opportunity. How do you figure? Well, people like us, we have certain skills that aren't all that useful in peace fighting. What's good knowing how to swing a sword if you don't want have anyone to swing it at? And when folk have no more use for us, hunger days could stretch to weeks. Did you miss what I said about the militia? Pretty sure they could use us. Use us? Sure. Guess what we're worth? Doubtful. Come on, Sandra, where's your imagination? Between the two of them, Morthagi have the upper hand. They've got numbers, they're efficient, more move with one mind. I'll give it a few weeks tops before they overwhelm the Drauven. The Drauven know it too. They're desperate, and they'll pay high price for a good sword arm. The Drauven? You'd fight for them? Yeah, why not? Well, since you ask, because they're murderers and pillagers? Did I mention they kill people? How could you justify working alongside them? Same way you justified working with the Crook brothers when the prairie dogs were running rampant. Common enemy. The Crook brothers weren't dangerous marauders. And Morthagi aren't prairie dogs. What's your point? Isn't it obvious? Finishing off the Morthagi and they'll go looking for someone else to kill. But guess who's next on their list? That thought's for another day. If the Morthagi won, would it be any different? Not like one side's better than the other. Right. That's exactly why you should stay out of it, not pick sides. You still don't get it. I couldn't care less who wins. I'm just letting my services to higher bidder. Look, Sandra, you don't want in? That's fine. I'm only trying to do you a favor. Be around, I guess. And so, got a table with my name on it? After that, a lot of things changed. Morthagi were driven back, but not defeated. More and more, the fighting started crossing into people's land, its farms. Instead of dwindling, the armies swelled, with human soldiers fighting for both sides. Morthagi, too? That's gotta make for some unusual negotiations. I tried to find out more, who was hiring them, how they were organized. That's why I landed myself in trouble. Someone with axes chased me out of town. It's just a job to them, I get that. But while they're fattening their purses, things are getting uglier. Those of us who won't pick a side find ourselves stuck in the middle. Didn't know what to do until I remembered you and Lion's Law. We took care of the deepest problem a few years back. I thought maybe you could talk to the mercenaries. Sandra, I doubt a few words from me, or any of us, will be enough to make them set aside their profits. But if there's anything that can be done to bring the conflict to an end, I'm willing to try it. Shouldn't be hard to convince the others too. So, when do we take our first break? Okay. So yeah, Sandra is one of our legacy heroes. I forgot that. I didn't recognize the name. Let's go through shops. Cool. Oh, that's a dick move. And we don't have anything to recruit. Okay, so we're gonna deal with this next time. So thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Always have fun playing this. Next time we play will be on Monday. And then we'll continue on from there. Remember, if you want to be added to this, just say the word and I can change any of the characters, completely customize them to your what you want, and you get to be part of the story. But we can continue that on Monday. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you folks next time. Bye-bye!